Hey, what is up guys? It's Monday here, back with another video for you, and today I'm going to be revising certain things I said in a previous video for Star Wars: The Old Republic that I made. I made a video quite a while back now, about 2-3 months ago, talking about Star Wars: The Old Republic and whether I think it's dead or not. And I spent a large portion of that video talking about the free-to-play system, and most things I said about the free-to-play system were extremely wrong. A lot of things I say in the video are actually very correct and very true. That aren't on the topic of free-to-play and just, generally how the game is and that. But what I say about free-to-play I think was very wrong. Only now sort of going back reading all the comments on that video, because since then that video has gained quite a lot of views, quite a lot of attention. It's like the third search result under SWTOR on YouTube. So it's getting quite a bit of views, quite a bit of popularity, and yeah, I think I need to address certain things I've said in that video, because I was looking at it very much from my point of view. Like, I really don't have problem paying for stuff in MMOs. I've never been a free-to-play MMO player. If there's an MMO that has free-to-play content and pay-to-play content, then typically I'm a subscriber. I subscribe to the MMO. I don't have problem paying for all the content. But of course that varies. I mean, different people, different play styles. I mean, you may simply be too young to have money to buy these things, or you just simply may not be able to afford it. Whatever, there's nothing wrong with that at all. There's nothing wrong with being a free-to-play player. I have quite a lot of friends that play free-to-play games, like pure free-to-play MMOs, and I'm quite happy with that. So realistically, why would you play SWTOR over an MMO that has a complete free-to-play endgame and so on? It's a very good question, and it's a question that BioWare really needs to address by completely reinventing the free-to-play system. I mean, of course, with the free-to-play system there would have to be some level of restriction on access to the content, because BioWare have put lots of money into this game, and they're not just going to be able to just give you it like completely for free. And even though they may be able to, EA would never let them, so that's not anything that could happen. And I think it is a bit ridiculous really to request all of the content. But of course, yeah, the level of restriction is ridiculous, and the general model for free-to-play here needs to be completely changed. It needs to be one of those sort of, I'd say just give everything up to end game. So regular flashpoints, regular PvP, just everything up to end game. And then once you're max level, then the restrictions kick in. And I don't mean extreme levels of restrictions either. I mean you get pretty much everything except for all of the PvP and all of the PvE. Because those are the two main things that you play an MMO for. So, why restrict anything else? It just becomes a little bit of a nuisance then, doesn't it? So, like maybe there'd be special little subscriber-only cosmetic stuff like mounts and that. Nothing that really, benefits a subscriber too well, but it's one less thing for, free-to-play players, which is, the general outlook of a developer when they're looking at these sort of things. They want to make a bit more money. They want to, encourage free-to-play players to subscribe. But for free-to-play, really, they should get access. Let's just say, for example, there are 6 operations. So 6 raids, okay? I'll use the term raids because it's more widely used. It's more widely accepted. So let's say there's 6 raids, okay? Free-to-play players should get access to 3 of those. 3 out of 6 of those raids. So they have that complete end game. They have not a complete end game, sorry, but they have their own end game. And then, of course, with that comes the armor that they can get. So give them access to, let's say there are 6 tiers of armor. They get the 3 tiers of armor. Let's say there are 4 battlegrounds, so 4 war zones. Free-to-play players get, I would actually say 3 out of 4 there, because I think 2 sounds like way too little. And just any other PvP content as well, just sort of cut it down a bit. That sort of thing, that sort of free-to-play model, the more normally used one, like RuneScape uses that model, and it works extremely well. I mean, RuneScape has a decently large free-to-play player base, and you don't really hear too much complaints from the free-to-play player base. There's always kids. There's always going to be kids demanding like access to ridiculous amounts of content, which is just stupid. I mean, they're looking at it very ignorantly and not looking at it from a business perspective where, the company does have to make a bit of money here, otherwise they're going to go bankrupt and the game is going to cease to exist completely. So you're not even going to have a free-to-play, let alone a pay-to-play. So, yeah. that's sort of my new outlook. You know, I've done quite a bit of reading and quite a bit of playing around it as well myself with the game. And yeah, the free-to-play is ridiculous. I can't say I was a massive, huge supporter of the game going free-to-play in the first place, because it really showed that the game was sort of on the wrong track, as in, you know, if it was a success, as big as a success as it could have been, it would never have to have gone free to play. It was forced to go free to play to, you know, bring more players in. And then the cartel market is there, of course, to try and squeeze as much money out of it as they possibly can, to try and make it so that, you know, they can keep the game servers up, because, you know, that's business. They have to make money, otherwise the game will not run. They won't be able to add new content. They won't be able to, you know, just pay for extra resources to develop the game further or anything like that. So it's really important that they make money, and everyone really needs to know that, because there are a lot of people demanding ridiculous amounts of content. Now, of course, as I've already clearly implied, free-to-play players need a lot more content, because, like I said, the current model is ridiculous, but yeah, they need a lot more content, but they don't need all of it. I mean, no, of course they don't. It's, you know, what would be the point in being a subscriber otherwise? The business would fail completely if they went down that route of giving all of the content to free-to-play players. But yeah, that's all really had to say about free-to-play. That's my sort of new look on it. Sorry if I sound really dull and boring. I am extremely tired at the moment. It's like 7 o'clock in the morning. But yeah, thank you very much for watching. I hope my new opinions please you, as it didn't please very many people. But one thing I just would like to clear up right at the end of the video here. I never said the game was dead. I never ever said the game was dead. I said it isn't dead, and explained my reasons why I think it isn't dead. There have been so many comments on that previous video asking me why I say the game's dead, and how I'm an idiot for saying the game's dead even though it isn't. I literally never said that the game was dead. I didn't even imply it. I didn't even, you know, unclearly. It wasn't like it was unclear. I just clearly never said that the game was dead. So please, little kiddies, watch the entire video first. Don't watch the first 1 minute, or wrongly read the title of the video and come in and start flaming. But yeah, thank you very much for watching, guys, and see you in the next video.